you because you're saying black people can't be racist. All white people are racist. So tell me, because of some other motherfucker that has bad intentions, what does that have to do with me?
Can I ask you a question, Malcolm?
Okay.
You can ask me whatever you want.
I want to ask her a question. So what makes
Go ahead.
What makes you not racist?
I don't have to prove that I'm not racist.
I'm not listen, mouth of sailor. I don't know you, right? I don't know you. I'm not passing.
Wow, she's throwing bait.
Wait, hold on. I'm not mouth. I don't know you. I am not judging you. I don't know you to judge you, love.
Okay.
I am just asking you what makes you not racist. That's it. Like, what does it? And we can take you out of it. What does a YT person that is not racist, like, what do they look like? What do they do?
Okay, I will tell you. I don't base people based off of the color of their skin. If you're a good fucking person, you're a good person. If you're a shit person, you're a shit person. And I'm
Kelly Holbrook thought she was a good person too.
You are. No black person is off of key, like where I'm not going to come at you. If you're a shit person, I'm coming at you. I don't care what color you are.
So let me ask you a question. Now, when we talk about racism, right, I think that people are like conflating like abuse and racism. People are conflating bigotry and racism. People are conflating like you're a mean person with racism. That doesn't have anything to do with race. So again, I'm going to ask you, what is hold on, Mouth, you got to let me finish before you respond. You got to let me finish before you respond.
She's baiting you because she'll make
I'm not baiting her. I am not baiting her.
No matter what you say.
I'm just asking you, what does a white tea person that is not racist look like? What do they act like? Like, how do they go through life? That's all I'm asking.
Wait, say that again. I didn't hear you because I think someone else was talking. What'd you say?
I'm sorry. So I'm asking you, right?
Who has feedback?
It's Z down at the bottom.
Zabo, go on mute.
So I'm asking you, and I'm not like you specifically. We can take you out of it because I don't want you to feel like I'm judging or anything like that, right? I'm just saying. Okay. I don't know you to judge you. So that wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be logical. I'm just saying, right? What does a YT person that is not a racist act like, look like? What types of things do they say? Just give us an example.
What example am I going to give you? Like, if you don't judge someone,
hold on.
If you're a shit person, you're a shit person. If you're not, you're not.
Christine,
yes.
I don't go around calling YT people.
It's an easy answer.
Let's start with that.
There's one.
It's an easy answer. It's an easy answer.
Well, maybe you don't know the TikTok rules, and that's not my fault.
A white person who isn't racist looks just like a black person who isn't racist. It's simple. If you're not racist, you're not racist. Doesn't matter which skin color you have. If you want to take that premise that just because you're white somehow you're inherently racist, then you're the kind of person that is a problem in this world right now. Because a person who isn't racist is just not going to do racist things. Just like a black person who isn't racist isn't going to do racist things. If you think that black people or white people are inherently racist just because they're white, then you have to say things that's stereotypical all the time. Just because a black person is black, does that mean that conflates with the fact that he's also a murderer or he's also violent or he's also a criminal just because he's black? That's prejudgment. Prejudgment is what starts off racism. You can't think like that. And people who think like this just because somebody's got white skin, that they inherently know what it's like to be a slave owner. And with a black person, just because they have black skin, they know what it's like to be a slave. And it's not true. You're saying things that's not true, and you're dictating everybody on here just because they're white, they're somehow racist, and it's wrong. That's prejudgment. That's judging a book before you know them. And it's sad because black people nowadays have become embarrassments because all you have is racism to judge all your faults. All the things you do wrong, you can just blame it on the past. That is wrong. White people, stand up for yourselves. Don't let nobody tell you you're racist just because you're white, because I refuse to let anybody tell me that I'm a murderer or I'm a criminal just because I'm black. That prejudgment is wrong. And if you sit here and you think this way, this is why when you get in spots where it's all black people, the only thing they have is racism. They don't want to talk about anything else. What we need to do as a black community is talk about our faults, fix our faults, and stop worrying about the white people so much. What I would love for 1 minute is for us to give all this anger and all this strength we have for white people, and let's give it to the gang members, give it to the drug dealers, give it to the criminals in our community. Maybe we could fix things if we we start pointing that out. Start giving the drug dealers and the people that's ruining our community the same aggression we give to evil white people. That's how we have it.
So do though.
And I don't give a
Can
fuck.
I
I ain't gotta
interrupt?
justify shit. Anybody
Calm
that
down, Mouth.
knows who
Calm
I
down,
am.
Mouth. It was calm. He calmed the whole room down,
We hear
and you
you,
decided
love.
to do that. Just be calm.
Yeah.
I
May I
am
res-
calm. Trust me, I'm calm. Trust
You
and
gotta
believe
ease
it.
up, love. Ease up.
So, if I may,
I think you guys are really mixing up the words racism and being mean. You guys are mad because we're
But
being mean to you, and you can't take
Piano,
it.
Can I?
wait, but
Okay,
Piano is
so,
talking though.
That is
Snatch is
sad.
being calm as fuck.
Agree to the
okay,
person speaking.
so,
Go ahead.
You don't run this fucking room.
No, you certainly don't.
okay, so I've been watching this conversation for quite some time now, and I think that you guys are playing a lot on semantics. And let's not forget, when it comes down to, you trying to utilize prejudice as just being prejudice, prejudice is not just having the preconceived opinion, right? That something is not based on reason or actual experience. It's also dislike, hostility, unjust behavior, and it's also giving rise to someone to make something biased. So when you look at, and there's no way that you can disregard the fact that racist is an individualizing term. It does not matter what your color is. You as a individual human being absolutely can be racist. Saying that you can only be prejudiced that's a semantic wordplay. Like, we need to stop doing that. If you're doing it and you are that individual that doesn't want to be considered racist, just don't be that person. Like, it doesn't matter what somebody's race is. It doesn't matter if you're white, black. It doesn't matter if you're Asian. It doesn't matter what your race is. Everybody on the face of this planet individually has the capability of being a racist individual. I understand where you guys are coming from with systematic, racism and the oppression thereof, but that's not how this works. You cannot play semantics on a actual word just to make it fit what it is that you believe you're right about. It's not how that works at all.
Yeah,
And
undermines the definition.
like, when you look at prejudice, whether you're talking about it in the context of a noun or a verb, we all know that there are slight differences that you can make seem different. But yes, as a black person, especially me being in law enforcement, I'm not a stranger to having dealt with racism on both sides of the field, to be quite frankly honest with you, both from our own people and from other people. But just because we're black, it does not mean that when somebody comes up to me and says, "Oh, well, your Uncle Tom or Uncle Ruckus or this, that, and the third," that you're just being prejudiced. That's not how that works. It's a semantic wordplay, and we need to stop that, because it's becoming part of the problem. You make no headway and you make no progress trying to make something seem less when somebody else that does it is now that term. Because then you're basically excluding yourself because of race. Oh, well, I said this, I'm black, I'm not racist. Well, how can you argue that the other person is racist then? That's being hypocritical. That's legitimately being hypocritical at that
It
point.
undermines your whole argument.
Piano, can I ask you a question now? I just want to ask you a question, right? So here's the thing. When we talk about racism, you cannot exclude the system. I know everyone wants to unmute and to disagree with that, but whatever. Well, let's just move past that. You can't exclude the system that's been in place for over 500 years. You just can't, right? Now, the other thing I want to say is, so I just want to say that to start off, but Piano, you are saying that if a black person or a white IT person, if they say mean things to each other, that's just them being mean. I don't understand why we keep on using, "Oh, you're mean. You said this rude thing to me," and that is racism. That is not racism. That's not how racism works.
Okay, so hold, let me rebuttal that, please. Again, this is what I was referring to when it comes to semantic wordplay. It's not just being mean. It's what you're saying and in the context of what you're saying it in. When you make, let's be realistic here. When somebody makes a generalized statement or even a generalized action, black man walks in, white woman snatches her purse to her body, right? we consider that to be inherently racist because now we have been judged based off of the color of our skin and somebody thinking that an action is going to be done towards them because of that. So when you sit there as a black person and you go, oh, white people do this because of this, that, and the third, you have now made it about their race, and that is racist. That there is no semantic wordplay that you can say to fit a narrative to make that different, because if a white person does it, they're racist. And
Can I ask a question?
hold on. You can utilize this in so many different terminologies. The analogy that I can use it best in is court. If I was to sit there in court and make something different or say that I'm different because I'm black but the actions and words were the same, you will be found hypocritical. It's a semantic wordplay, and we're not doing that anymore.
Can I ask a question really quick though? And this may just been misunderstanding on my end. So if, for instance, if we're discussing, say like prison, just like oh, my bad, the prison industrial system, right? If we're discussing that and we say that black men are, say, roughly 3 to 4 times more likely to be arrested or charged wrongfully, would that now be racist because we brought up the fact that we found a connection between their race and how likely they are to be put in the prison system?
But black people commit 60% of all the violent crimes.
Wait. But Snacks, I'm not asking that. I'm not
Why do
asking
we ignore
that.
that aspect?
Hold on. Let him answer the question, Snacks.
When you're talking, because I've had this discussion with people before, when you are talking a fact, okay, that's one thing. Okay, but a lot of what ends up getting said is not fact. It's opinionated belief.
Okay, so you're only claiming, so it's not research. You're not claiming that the research, if we're discussing research, it wouldn't be racist, but you're claiming that, like, if I, for instance, like, saw a white person cross the street and I'm like, oh, he crossed the street because I'm black or something of that manner, you'd be like, well, now that would be classified as racist.
Yeah, because you can't prove that person crossed the street because you're black. You did it because of how you felt about the situation.
Let me ask you, but this is the truth of the situation.
I don't exactly agree with that, but I do see your line of thinking.
When my mom gets in the elevator, right? She's a black woman. And if she gets in the elevator and there's 2 young men who look like thugs get in the elevator with her, she's gonna grab her purse too. But she's black. The reason why is because we know in the black community, and I don't know why we ignore these things and don't say them out loud, but we don't never have to worry about white people doing anything to us in the black community. We can sit here in front about it, but when we're in the black community in our neighborhoods, we don't have to worry about white people. We have to worry about people that look just like us, and we're acting like we don't for some reason. Why are we acting like everybody who's our skin color has our best interests at heart? It's not true. All the things that's ever happened to me that's been bad in the hood, and I'm from the slums. I'm from the streets of Philly.